All right, we are at the Maui Mountain Activities check-in center, which is basically just a field, a hill. We're about to go ride some ATVs through the wilderness and
by ourselves,
I think on the beach. So wish us luck, and hopefully we can snag some pics, but it's a little drizzly outside, so probably get muddy, probably be swerving a little bit, a little Tokyo drift action on the ATVs, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm a little nervous because I don't even drive these days, and I thought we would be together because I thought they were like kind of like Jeepy things.
Nope, that would be a Jeep.
No.
Not a Jeep.
I thought, yeah, I don't know, but I think I'll be okay. I've driven a lawnmower, so that's like what it is, right?
That's,
pretty much what
pretty standard.
Yeah.
The valley up here, guys, and the sea cliffs down where we're going to show you is in a helicopter.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
incredible.
So what we're looking at right in here is
what's in the valley.
Waihe'e Valley, and the mountain in the back is Mount Eke. That was the first volcano to create the island of Maui. As you can see, there's 3 waterfalls back there, but when it really rains, there's about 17 to 25 waterfalls that will fill off of that mountainside. And you can see all those ridges coming down. And it's really beautiful to see, but it's also rare because all those cloud coverage will come in. So what everybody's looking at over there is all of central Maui. So a little bit of Waihe'e town, Wailuku, Kahului, and a little bit of Kihei at that end.
You can see it all the way to the ocean on the other side. I bet anybody staying in like Wailea or like Kihei on the south side of the island, anybody?
Are you gonna do it? Okay, go. Wow. So what you're seeing now is one of my favorite excursions that we did in Maui. This actually happened because we weren't able to snorkel due to waters being really choppy, and we decided to do the road to Hana spur of the moment sort of thing because both of us were up at 5 in the morning, and it was a really cool drive, really long day. So it's a 50-mile trip where along the mile markers there are just gorgeous views and different like scenic things. So you'll see like waterfalls, beaches, there was the Garden of Eden. But the craziest thing is this drive was so nerve-wracking to me. Obviously I didn't drive, and it was just nerve-wracking because it was such a narrow road and it didn't feel like 2 cars could fit on it. But there were guardrails the whole way. You're going up this big mountain in Hawaii, and I looked it up, and there are 300 turns, and then there are 51 lane bridges, so you have to be really careful as you go up this mountain to make sure that you're just cautious of what's coming and what's ahead. But it was super duper cool. You'll see throughout this video that there are some waterfalls coming up here, like this one. The Wailea Falls?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Say hello. Tell them how it was.
Really beautiful waterfall.
Humongous.
With yeah, obviously like the swimming pool below that you could jump in. It was pretty cold water. There wasn't like cliff diving or anything because it was too, like the edges were too shallow with rocks, and it was also really really tall. Like,
I can't even imagine like cliff diving in Hawaii. Like,
yeah,
it'd be scary just because you know there are so many rocks.
it was fun. It was a beautiful view.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This you'll see a view here in the vlog how like big it was, but it was so tall. It was wild. Like pictures don't even do it justice. So we'll see how you guys think of it. And then my favorite, I don't think I got a video of it, but I'll put in some pictures of Hamoa Beach, and it was just so gorgeous. Like we didn't get a chance to like actually go to the beach, but we were at like a top of a mountain where we saw like what overlooked the beach. It was like the bluest and clearest waters ever, with of course like black rock surrounding it, and I'm just obsessed with the black rock and just greenery here in Hawaii because it's just so gorgeous and I just love it so much. But that was my favorite stop at Hamoa Beach. And then on the way down, we were going to go to a state park, but the parking lot was so crowded we couldn't even get a spot. But that was fine because we stopped off at mile marker 29, which had the Naihiku marketplace. And we got some really good food. We got some chicken that was roasting and like what did you call that? Like where it was turning.
I don't know.
Just as I was like cooking while you were there on this like turning thing, and it was smelling so good. We even smelled it on the way up, and we were like, oh, we have to stop. All right, welcome to the island of Kauai. Here we stayed at the Sheraton, which was a gorgeous resort and had just gorgeous views. This is actually one of the views that we would walk on in the morning, and you would see surfers and just the gorgeous waters. And then this one is the spouting horn. This is a little clip from just like this area that had a hole where water would spout out of. That's actually not like the best one, but it was just one of the scenic views in Kauai. This is also called Wailua Falls right here, which we thought was interesting because they have a Wailua Falls in Kauai and in Maui, and it was just gorgeous. And this is one of our date night views here in Kauai. Every sunset was so gorgeous just because it was so different, but it was so pretty just having the mountains behind it. And I loved every date night. Miss it so much. So this is an area where there is just like this tree tunnel, these massive trees. Pictures, videos don't even do it justice. I tried getting clips here and there, and it was just this gorgeous tunnel where there were huge trees with leaves wrapped around them, and it just seemed so much like you're in a movie, and I just had to capture some of it because the trees were just so fascinating in Maui and Kauai. But this is the coolest tree tunnel ever. And we decided to do our helicopter tour through Blue Hawaiian helicopter tours. We decided to do the Napali Coast helicopter tour, and it was a pretty dry day, which worked out for us. There was a little bit of rain actually along the way, but it was dry enough for us to continue the ride along the Napali Coast, which you're going to see such gorgeous views here. This helicopter ride was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us. So it was a little crammed, and every picture and video you'll see is from just a window having to peek over someone because it was kind of crammed in it, but it was so cool. We dove into mountains through our helicopter, and we saw Waimea Canyon, and we just drifted along the coast of Napali Coast, which is super cool because at night we ended up going to see it on the sailboat, and we had a sunset sailboat tour for our evening, and that was even cooler seeing the Napali Coast up close. Right now you're looking at the Seven Daughters waterfalls, where all the waterfalls go into one. And this is actually where they said that Jurassic Park was filmed, so it's pretty cool to see some of these areas from such a cool movie. There's such different landscape and greenery, and just lush views along this helicopter ride. And they're just super cool. It's so fascinating seeing such big mountains and being in them and being able to see all the waterfalls. They said when it's raining, you'll just see hundreds of waterfalls come out of the small crevices of the mountains. This view you're seeing right now is a view along the Napali Coast. It's just so gorgeous. This water is incredible, and being able to see just these views from above was amazing. Just the black rock and greenery and like that light blue teal aqua color was just so cool. Look forward to some of the clips along the water.